Alright guys, so it has been requested, so we are gonna do it. This is my $100 server rack, and when I say $100 server rack, I mean the physical rack. Hold on. I mean the physical rack, the PDU, the UPS, and the backup battery, or the battery extension edition. So, why do I need all this stuff when I've got this over here with all this other crap affiliated with it? And that is because I have no self-control. I saw this at a local computer shop and I just had to have it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over what all goes on right here, why I have this, and what its job is. And you guys are going to laugh at me when I tell you what all it does, or what all it doesn't do. So let's go ahead and get on into this. Okay, so we'll start from the bottom, work our way to the top, and yeah. So down here, like I said, this is a Triplite UPS. I totally forget the model number right now, and that makes me look horrible. But it's a 1500 VA, 1500 watt, you know, monster of a UPS. And if that wasn't enough, it also came with this additional battery, which hooks into it. It's a 48 volt unit. It'll power this rack. When I say this rack, I mean this precision up here and all this other gear and whatnot here and all the way up top for like 45 minutes to an hour when it's just doing what it does. So that is fantastic. Beneath there, we've got a Cat 5 cable that is way too long for what it does. All this is it is a gigabit connection to anybody that comes over. Like my buddy Drew likes to come over and bring his computer every now and again, so he can come over and not have to mess with Wi-Fi whenever we're playing games and whatnot, and he can tie right into the local network, which is pretty cool. Right here we have a managed PDU, which can be managed online, which I don't do. I just use it as some additional ports up front for powering a few things. It's a Power Edge 2650. I have a video of this on my channel from a long time ago. I don't know where the bezel is. It does work. I used it the other day and installed Windows Server 2003 just to play with, you know. This guy right here is something a little bit interesting. This is a it's a Magma. So okay, what it originally was a PCI expansion unit that had this board in it right here. So my best guess is that this board, it had this power supply and this cooling fan. I know my rooms are wrecked. Give me a break. So it has this board in it that would give you 7 additional PCI slots through this connector, which looks like an old SCSI connection almost, but you'd have to have the host card in your computer. I got it for free not long before I got this rack, so I felt like, you know, this is a standard ATX server case, so I was like, that's pretty cool. Everything here still works. I didn't want to trash this just because it was kind of cool, and the PCB was so nice. Like the texture and whatnot on it was just really cool. So I don't know, maybe somebody will have a use for this board and I can send it to you for free $50. So until then, she lives right there. This right now, actually what I was going on about, I built somewhat of a file server in here. This has an Intel Core i5 46, oh man, the i5 that I got out of that computer that I got out of the trash at work. I don't remember. It's got 16 gigs of RAM, 9 1 terabyte hard drives, and a Dell H310 SAS card with a 256 gig boot SSD. I have not installed an OS on here yet, so this is all just, you know, a plan. Pretty much made completely out of free stuff, so it serves no real purpose as of right now. However, the T3600 right here does. This is a Intel Core or Intel Xeon E5 2690 build with 32 gigs of RAM, Quadro K2000, and a GTX 980 that does folding at home on both GPUs, as well as run my Minecraft server, which you guys are free to join. It is tyler5310.us.to. It's a creative server, a survival server rather, so hop on, we'll have some fun, and yeah. Anyways, this computer has been rock solid since I deployed it as server duties for the second time. It's dirty, but kicks butt, so whatever. Little chintzy Amazon keyboard that has lights and stuff, because that's what the cool kids are doing nowadays, right? The SteelSeries Rival 110, I believe. Mouse is just stuff I had, you know, laying around in a 19-inch Dell 900p monitor, so that's doing its job fine right there. Moving on up a level, we have got a TP-Link TLSG 120 or 1024D unmanaged gigabit switch, 24 port, great. Power Connect 2224 by Dell. This I obviously don't have hooked up yet because I need some patch cables, but this is just a little 10100 switch for that I'll eventually use for the, you know, not super important things in the house, like my Apple TV up here. Like, it just, you know, it's not a big deal. We also have a Ubiquiti Edge Router Lite right here, which I got for free, or well, $10, pretty much free. It was a package deal, and if you know, do it all out, it was $10. So that's cool. That is fantastic, actually. I have loved learning about it, you know, configuring it, doing all the odds and ends on it. Here we have a Raspberry Pi 3B Plus running Pi-hole and only Pi-hole right now. I do have the original Pi right here. This is a Model 2B, I believe. I don't remember. So realistically, this is what should be running Pi-hole, and that should be doing something cooler, but I don't know enough about Raspberry Pis yet to do anything cooler, so that's what we've got. Oh, moving up top, we have a 12 terabyte Western Digital Easy Store that I use on the network via my WRT 1200 AC by Linksys running OpenWRT. We have an Apple Airport Extreme that I do not have hooked up. Oh, excuse me. Don't have it hooked up just because I don't know where the power cord is, and honestly, there's no real telling in here. And then an Apple HomePod. So the HomePod is phenomenal. I got it as a Christmas gift this year from my girlfriend, and so many people question why this thing even exists, but it just sounds so good. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. What's the weather like?
It's currently clear and 72 degrees in Mobile. Temperatures will be fairly consistent, averaging about 70 degrees.
It sounds so good too. Like, it sounds like something a lot bigger and more expensive than it is. So this plays music. That's pretty much all it does, and asks or answers my questions from time to time. So it's fantastic. So yeah, guys, this is kind of just my little rack setup right now. I mean, it's nothing special, and I know I'm gonna get so much flack for having a rack that runs Pi-hole in a Minecraft server, but that's what my rack does right now until I can get better at doing stuff and have more time to do it. So there you go, guys. Thank you all for watching this video, and I will see y'all in a future one. So till then.